when we look back at, like, say, comics, we look back at, like, like, even newspapers we grew up with, because, like, say, yeah, newspapers, they had comics. Like, especially when I was growing up, those were always awesome. Like, say, like, look back at. Like, like, say one thing when I was in middle school, I would, like, look at them, and then, like, say, okay, I'm looking for this. Now I'm going to see what's in like, what's available to see in the movies. This was when I was very young. I was very young when I did that. um, but that leads me into talking about this. Are the Garfield comics still funny? Well, here's the thing about this, too. This answer could be all in a way, like, anyone could say, hey, they're not. Anyone could say that they are still. It all depends on the individual. Because, like, say, someone who is a cat owner could come up, we could have a perspective where they say, yes, in a way. Where someone who might have might not be, or something, they might have a different perspective. They might not really get the jokes and all that. But let's, like, give a bit of details. Um, Garfield was created by Jim Davis, originally published locally as John in 1976, and later changed to Garfield in 1977. It chronicled the life of the title character Garfield the cat, Odie the dog, and their owner, John Arbuckle. And if you're wondering how many times it's been going on, well, it had been in roughly 2,580 newspapers and journals. The comic held the Guinness World Record for being the world's most widely syndicated comic strip. And they've been had so many um shows and all that. I think some of them are kind of funny. Like, say, whether it's like, um like, like, say, hey, it's like, when it comes to, like, say, sometimes you don't hear Garfield talk. Sometimes it's just all thought bubbles and, like, the wackiness of the relationship, and, with between him and his owner John. Like, the relationships, like, say there be ones like where they discuss the relationship and friendship between dogs and cats. That kind of reminds me. I used to have, like, when I was in West Virginia, we actually had, my family and I used to have two dogs. Their names were Babe and Yoda. If you watched any of the Lab Center, like from until like 2017, I believe. Yeah, like, I used to have little Yoda in some videos, and he was an adorable little thing. He was very cute. And then, like, say, yes, there are even some gags from Garfield that, like, you'd really do think about, like, say, as a cat owner, like, you just, like, say, that makes sense to me. Mostly, like, say, oh, this, you spend $50, or, like, say, $20 on, like, say, this fancy, like, say, ooh,
come on, boy, get the bad guy, get the bad guy, get the bad guy. Come on, Quilvus.
Get that motherfucker!
get the thing, kitty, get it. And then they're just, like, saying, like, you just give them this, like, little, like bracer or something, and then you go, ooh, it's making noise, and all that. Because cats are, they're goofy creatures, but they're fun. But yeah, I freaking at times looking back, there are some funny ones, like, say, like, especially like when like, say, more modern ones, like, say, hey, here's one where Garfield is chasing some mice and all that, and they say, yay, he's gonna catch the mouse and all that. Or I remember one time when I was trying to give one of my cats, actually both of them, Giggles and Lily. This is, like, say, a certain time when, they were kittens, and I had to, like, give them back because, like, fleas and all that. And one of them just, like, say, like, claws in my back. And, like, if you ever been a cat parent, you know, where they go say, where they stab those claws into you, go say, help, get it off me, please. Yeah, I've been there. But yeah, looking back, I can totally see that, like, especially from like a cat parent's perspective. Yes, I'm really thinking that like Garfield is a comic that has lasted throughout, like, its conception, and it will continue to, like, make audiences, like, like readers laugh or viewers laugh. Garfield as a, concept, or, even the comics, will always be a sense of giving one, giving one a sense of joy. If you're, I mean, especially if you love cats. See ya.